Hey everybody, this is G the Truth himself, back after a month-long hiatus. Last time I sat down with you guys was to remember our legendary Detroit sports writer Tom the Killer Kowalski, and thanks to all the people who watched that on YouTube and Facebook, any other way they were able to view it. That's actually been my most viewed um, post that I've had ever. Which is like about 240 views, which that's a good start. But just keep it coming. Hopefully, you guys will listen to this topic right here, because I did not think I was going to be having this as my next discussion. But this is about the wacky world of realignment in college football. You want to talk about insanity at its finest? This would sum it up, because this has just gotten from being a random little this might happen, it might be that. Oh, well, you never know. We'll play with it. Maybe 4 years down the line, we'll think about Oklahoma going to Pac-10 at the time. Something like that. So all of a sudden, in 2 days, anything can happen now. Mysteriously, so here's basically an up-to-date situation on the realignment thing. In one fell swoop, in 12 hours, Syracuse and Pittsburgh just woke up out of nowhere. Woke up out of their little beds, their ADs, administrators, whoever they are. Woke up out of the bed and was like, you know what? I think we don't need to be the Big East anymore. We need money. We need stability. Fuck it. Let's go to the ACC. Excuse my language, because it kind of irritates me. So yeah, out of nowhere, they're in the ACC all of a sudden. It's like, really? You do realize y'all were the 5th and 6th best teams in your own conference in football. Because let's be honest, all these moves that are happening are only football related, because that's where most of the revenue comes from, that and basketball, essentially. So it made no sense. It's like, okay, you're gonna leave the Big East and you're gonna leave them dry, basically, and just go to the ACC. Now basketball, that's epic, that's incredible. That automatically makes the ACC king. But in football, really, y'all going to get trounced by Florida State, Virginia Tech, Miami, et cetera, year in and year out. But they're fine with it because it only revolves to one thing. It's all about the money. And the money is driving these ridiculous panic moves now, essentially. Like there was a time not too long ago, like 2 years ago, when most conferences were regionally based. Now all of a sudden, we have Syracuse, Pittsburgh. They're now Atlantic Coast. Okay, yeah, Syracuse is Northeast. Pittsburgh is kind of Northeast, Midwest type, depending on somebody's opinion. But yeah, they're now in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Yeah, okay, whatever. Like Colorado and Utah. Yeah, they're sort of West Coast, but still the Pac-12. Yeah, okay, whatever. As much as I was okay with Nebraska running out and going to the Big Ten, yeah, the Big Ten. They're in the Great Plains. Like, regionally, none of this stuff makes sense, but from a money standpoint, it's more money, more games can be shown on a conference, and and the more of a chance of a playoff happening is buried. Which, by the way, I'm still against. We don't need that, because that would be the final death blow in college football. But that's another argument for another day. But essentially, the regional conferences have gone out of the window. So I'll just throw a suggestion out: Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Central Michigan. Let's all leave the MAC right now. You know what? Screw the Midwest. Let's go join the Big 12. The Big 12 needs some teams, so hey, why not go join them? They're in desperate need. We don't want the Big 12 to fold up. But realistic sense, on a serious level, as a result of all these random moves that are happening, potentially Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State are going to go sell their souls and join the good old Pac-12, which would be the Pac-16. Yeah, the reason why that part is happening with the Big Pac-12 fiasco now is because Texas shot everybody in the foot with the Longhorn Network. What did y'all people think was going to happen when y'all formed that insane network for no reason a couple of months ago. Y'all just thought that everybody else in the conference is going to be happy about that? No, A&M was like, screw y'all, we're walking out. We're not going to be dictated by the hook 'em horns, however that is, hook 'em horns, yeah, hook 'em horns. Screw you, we're going to the SEC. Now, you can't blame Baylor and Iowa State for filing an injunction and trying to hold up the whole entire thing because they have nowhere to go if their conference dissolves and goes into pieces. And I can't blame them, but what's going to end up happening, unfortunately, I guarantee you this. No, the Big 12 and Big East are not going to align. The remaining teams that are left over from all the moves from those two conferences, they're not aligning to make a conference. There's just not enough stability and quote-unquote tradition there to form whatever that conference would be. What's going to happen is that if everything happens and we got 4 16-team conferences, they're going to get left out, and they're going to unfortunately become that quote mid-major. Who the fuck? The possibility, but it's realistic. Kansas, K-State, Missouri, West Virginia possibly now. Louisville, they're mid-majors. Yes, that's a possibility. We don't know what conference they would go to, but they would, more likely, I believe they'd be mid-majors. Because, and even if they were to somehow form this little merger conference, do you really think they're going to get a BCS bid? An automatic qualifying bid? Because you have to think of it this way. These super conferences are not really going to be conferences. They're essentially going to turn into its own leagues. Because everybody can't play each other, essentially. You're going to play 8 to 9 conference games a year. So you're essentially going to have 2 8-team divisions. You're going to play everybody out of your division, and you might play 1 or 2 from another division. Which essentially is going to, basically take the conference name away. It's going to be its own league. And to me, in the short run, it's going to lead to trouble because also rivalries are going to be killed in this process. Like for example, potential rivalries that could go into the tank because of the recent string of realignment. Texas A&M, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, to name a few. Just off the top of it, those rivalries could go in the tank, which is very unfortunate because now, you'll still have some rivalries. You'll still have Michigan, Ohio State. You'll still have Auburn, Alabama. You'll have those must-see rivalries no matter what. And we don't see those going away. But more and more rivalries are going to go right in the tank because of this, but it's only because of the money. And it's unfortunate to see this happen. Now, in the long run, new rivalries can be formed. It could work out for the better, but in the short term, this is going to be a disaster. And I don't think a lot of the administrators in those universities are seeing that right now. They're seeing, we have more money. We could make more money going over to that conference as opposed to sitting here and rotting and being loyal and trying to, just save fate. And it's unfortunate. But it is what it is, and we will see how this goes in the next couple of months. We will see the short-term effects within the next year or two after. But in my opinion, all I see is nothing but disaster written all over the wall in the short run. And as I leave you guys today, greed can only get you so far. Money cannot buy you happiness. You think it can, but it won't. So think about that as these moves are being made within the realignment. So God bless and have a good day. I'll see you guys soon.